We're at the beginning of a great transition, a transition of vibrations on this planet. But at this moment, one of the symptoms of the transition is we're seeing all the divisions that in the past have divided us come to the surface. Divisions along social lines, along status lines, along economic lines, religious lines, spiritual lines. Yeah. a lot of spiritual people are divided along ideological lines, tribal lines. Oh, my side, this side, your side, we're right, you're wrong. Oh boy, these divisions have been here for years. I started noticing them about 10 years ago, but it seems like, the voices are screaming louder and louder and louder. And right now, one of the things we have to do is avoid the divisions. I saw a great line the other day. The virus needs a host, us, okay, to spread. Well, so does hate. So does prejudice. So does intolerance. So does ignorance. So does lies. They need us to spread. So like all health officials are telling us all over the world, hey, be careful. Don't spread the virus. What I want to say to you today is, be careful. Don't spread the prejudice. Don't spread the intolerance. Don't spread the lies. Don't spread the hate. Don't spread tribal ignorance. Because that is what not the transition is all about. That is not what the new era is all about. Some people say, like, I don't like labels, but you got to repeat some. So you put things in context. We're going from a planet of expiation, which I used to say, and I still say it, it's perfect in its imperfection. It's a school. We're here to learn. We're here to learn lessons. And those lessons that we're supposed to learn, okay, are targeted at our imperfections. So this world, perfect in its imperfections. But we're transitioning to a new world, to a world where tolerance, morality, justice, fairness, and most of all, the idea that we are one, that we are interrelated. And it's a good lesson to learn. What happened to the farmer in China happened to the businessman in New York. What happened to the businessman in New York happens to the farmer or factory worker in Africa. And what happens to that factory worker in Africa happens to the banker in France. We're on the journey alone, but we're in it together. And that's the new consciousness that will awaken on this planet. We have to go through this turbulence. We have to go through this division. Because don't forget, you and I were born, not by accident, on this planet at this time, a planet which is going through a transition in vibrations, a transitions in consciousness. We're born to learn, observe, and move on. It's like I gotta move. I gotta change houses. Well, I've done it a few times in my life, and there are some things you leave behind. There are some new things you pick up. Okay? There are some new things you pick up to take with you to your new house. That is what we're doing now, hopefully. We see the divisions, the fractures caused by divisions around us. Okay? It's time to pick what we want to keep, what is useless, what we don't need anymore, and what we want to bring with us. I truly believe that the vast majority, well, maybe not the vast majority, but a good majority of us living on this planet right now, incarnated on this planet right now. Like I say, let's forget the extremes, because this extreme over here, they're planting the seeds of the new era. Some of the seeds will take, others not. And then there's the other group over here. They're planting the seeds of discontent, of intolerance, of inequality, of prejudice, of discord, of tribal fervor, tribal, I'm right, you're wrong, you're this, you're that, ideological stupidity. We know, I'm talking about, not the vast majority, the good majority, a majority of us. We know what is right, we know what is wrong, we know what is good, we know what is evil, we know what is just, we know what is unjust. We've lost our way in the imperfections of this world. It's time to find our way again. Remember, a virus needs a host to spread. So does hate. So does intolerance. So does prejudice. And so does division. I promised I would look up the exact quote before I recorded this, and I forgot. But Anne Frank, I think one of the last entries in her diary, just before there was the knock on the door, wrote, "I continue to believe in the goodness of human beings." So do I. I mean, we hear the voices of division, the voices of fear, the voices of anger, the voices of prejudice, the voices of ideological ignorance, but we also see, and we can also hear a quiet realization that yes, we're all this together. Before I leave, I'd just like to ask you one thing. Please subscribe to this channel. Doesn't cost you anything. It's not Netflix. It's not HBO. It's free. Okay, and if you like it, give a thumbs up, because then YouTube says, people like this, and more people get to see it. So thank you. Be well. Okay, and just as this is recorded on 5/18/2020, just so in the future we have a reference, we have a context of when this was recorded. Thank you.